What is good, everybody? It's your boy Patrick, and in today's video I'm going to bring you the long awaited full day of eating. This is probably the most requested video I get and the most question I get asked on Instagram, just because y'all know we've been bulking for a long time and the progress on this bulk has been insane. Basically, this is the same stuff I've been eating since I was around 185 pounds body weight, and now we're creeping up on 195 pounds body weight. So whenever I need to increase this, normally I'll just increase the amount of food I'm eating, just because with the meals that I eat every day, I found that this kind of digests really well with me, and it's foods that my body doesn't have a problem digesting at all. So it's the same foods, no stomach problems, no digestion issues. I'm able to get into my workouts and not have any pain or any problem with it. And whenever I do want to increase that food and I increase the amount, the quantity that I'm eating of these foods, I still don't run into any issues with stomach and digestion. I know for a lot of people, when they start bulking and they start getting their calories really high up there, that's kind of a big issue that a lot of people face. They get stomach issues, they get gas, they get bloating, they have problems digesting. So for me, these foods are perfect, which is why I've pretty much just been sticking to this diet for the last couple months, and I will continue to do so. But I'm just fresh out of bed now. We're going to take a morning weigh-in. I'm going to give you all a physique update, and then we're going to get into meal number 1 because we got to get cracking on with the day. Okay, fasted morning weight. The only thing I have on is my socks and my underwear, and the morning weight is 192.2. So just under 193 pounds fasted in the morning. That's pretty good progress. So we're up around 8-ish pounds in the last 2 months. So pretty good progress. Like I said, I've been eating the same thing every day, and my training has been amazing. Progress has been insane. I'm gonna give you all a physique update now and see what we're looking like at 192 pounds in the morning. Alright, so fasted physique update, 192 pounds. Still feeling pretty lean. I mean, obviously this is just in the morning, no pump, and then just regular lighting. So really happy with the body composition that we're at now, 492 pounds. The biggest thing though is the progression on the workouts. Obviously I'm 6 years into lifting now, so the physical changes that I'm seeing in the mirror are not going to be that drastic, and not going to notice weekly, monthly changes. So the biggest thing is going to be my training. So the thing that I love about this full day of eating is that this fuels my training perfectly, and it allows me to hit new personal bests and progress my training. And in doing so, I know my physique is progressing, and it's just going to take me a little while longer to see it in the actual mirror. But this is the physique update. If I had to guess body fat percentage, I would say around 14, maybe 15%. And as we get up to 195, it's probably going to be closer to 16. But this is pretty much what we're looking like. Pretty happy with the physique flat in the morning. And let's get into meal number 1. It's around 9 a.m. now, and this is when I'll cook it up and eat. Okay, so meal number 1 of the day is pretty much the same thing I've been eating for the last 3 years. If you've been watching the videos, you know this is the staple. So I'm gonna run you guys through it really quick. And this is pretty much gonna be the only meal that I'll have before my training, which I'll start about an hour later. So we just do 4 eggs here, 4 whole eggs, 1 everything bagel, and 1 piece of regular bacon, 1 piece of turkey bacon, 8 ounces of orange juice, and then my daily vitamins, just fish oil, vitamin D3, and then 2 green supplements from Jack Factory. I'll also throw in 1 clementine and a ton of water. And that'll be the first meal of the day and also the pre-workout meal. So I'll eat this now and chill for about 40 minutes, and then I'll make my pre-workout, head to the gym, and then start sipping on that. I'm gonna throw the macros for this meal up right here, and that's pretty much calorie, macro, protein breakdown, and everything. And this has pretty much been the staple. Tastes good, gets the job done, and that's why it stayed in the routine for this long. So I'm just going to show you guys, since I don't want to add any gym footage, I'm just going to show you guys what I'm taking before the gym for pre-workout and intra-workout, because I don't want to include any gym footage since it's going to be strictly a full day of eating and supplement video. It's about 40 minutes after eating that meal. Now we are going to take our pre-workout. It's a full day of eating video, but I also want to show you guys everything that I take. Our pre-workout, we have legs on the menu, so it's a heavy pre-workout day. I've been taking this Nitro Surge from Jack Factory. Kind of a glare, but Nitro Surge, Jack Factory, you guys know I'm sponsored, so shameless plug. Jack Factory Nitro Surge is a pre-workout I've been taking for literally the last like 4 to 5 months. It's a simple formula, but the dosages on it are absolutely stacked, so it gets me buzzing every single time. So we're gonna drink that. It's about 40 minutes after we've eaten. Intra-workout shake, so I'm gonna have this midway through the workout. Usually I'll start sipping on this right after our first compound exercise. So today for legs, it's gonna be hack squat. So it's 1 scoop of carb surge. It's around 25 grams of fast digesting carbohydrates. So it's gonna hit the bloodstream quick, and we're gonna have more carbs to fuel the workout. Also, it's gonna be 1 scoop of the EAAs here, just so we stay anabolic during a workout and just to spike up some muscle protein synthesis, because we're going to be tearing down those muscle fibers. So that's the pre-workout, and then that's the intra-workout shake. If you want anything from Jack Factory, pretty much all my supplements are Jack Factory because I'm sponsored. You can use code Patrick, that will save you 15% off. A lot of people have been messaging me that they've been using the code and loving the product, so good to hear that. But let's head to the gym now. It's about 12 o'clock, so we're gonna go crazy on legs, and let's go. Okay, so we are just back from the gym now. It is time to eat the post-workout meal, and I hit legs today, so I'm absolutely trashed. The standard chicken and rice, nothing crazy. I know you would have thought it would have been something insane. Standard chicken and rice meal gets the job done. I'm gonna show you guys that now and weigh it out real quick for you, and then I'll throw up the macros, calories, all that stuff. It's only gonna be the second meal of the day. Usually my training is quite long, so the carbs and the EAA shake that I have during my workout really does a good job at like keeping me energized, and also ties me over so that I'm not super duper hungry, and there's a huge gap in between meals. So I have the carbs and EAAs just in between, you know, my first meal and my second meal, and my meals are relatively bigger just because I'm only having like 3 total like solid meals throughout the day, and then kind of my shake and snack at the end of the day. A lot of people are gonna say, yo, you need like 4, 5, 6 meals, but it's all about adherence. If I can stick with this and I'm seeing crazy progress with just 3 meals a day, 3 big meals, then why would I change that? If obviously the progress slows down, then okay, maybe I'll switch it up and I'll go smaller meals more frequently. But for the time being, I've been sticking with this. The results have been great, so I don't need to reinvent the wheel. Okay, so we zeroed in the scale here, 350 grams of white rice. Looks like a lot, but you know, this is a really big plate. Kind of is a mountain of rice, but gotta do what you gotta do from recovering from that hard training. So this is what we're rocking with. Okay, and then we zeroed it out again, 230 grams of cooked weight chicken thighs. Both are measured cooked just because they're pre-made, so it's easier just to do it that than do it raw every single time. But this is gonna be the meal. Looks like a massive plate of food. That's because it is. It's meant to be 230, but 234. We're bulking, so we're gonna live with that. This is the macros for this meal here. This is a hefty one, but post-training, you know, we need the food to recover and re-energize, so that's why we're eating this much, but it's all part of bulking, part of the plan. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know chicken thighs and rice, that's been the staple. Best way to get in the calories, protein, and a lot more calories than just standard chicken breast. So that's why we're rocking with it for bulk. Obviously, protein's about the same, so we're gonna live with it. But yeah, chicken thighs and rice, been the staple for a while. No need to change it. Progress has been good, so that's why we're sticking with that. Macros for this second meal of the day, and let's munch it down now. Okay, about another 3 hours later now, it is time for meal number 3. You're probably thinking, yo, Patrick, bro, this is where you're gonna tell us the secrets, man. This is where you're gonna tell us the secret superfood to hack your physiology and give you insane amounts of muscle growth. And you are correct, okay? This is gonna be the go-to secret meal that you've never heard of that is going to hack your body and force it to put 10 pounds of lean muscle tissue on it within months, okay? So that secret food and that secret meal is going to be some more chicken thighs and white rice. Very similar to the last meal before. Like I said, tons of protein, tons of carbohydrates in a decent quantity. I'm gonna measure it out now, but I already know what the measurements are. And just to show you guys, but You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You have to do the same thing consistently over a long period of time. That's how you're gonna grow. Pick foods you digest well with, eat a shit ton of them, gain weight, destroy your training, and you will get bigger. It is not complicated whatsoever. Building muscle and eating in a calorie surplus and eating right, it is so simple. Like, it is the most mind-numbing, brain-mushly simple thing you can do, but you just have to do it consistently. That's the problem, is that people won't do it consistently. They'll do it for a month, they'll do it for 2 months, they won't do it for 3 years, okay? That's how you get big. So let's measure this out now. I can show you guys, and I'll put up the macros and everything for this meal, but it's pretty similar to the last one. Okay, let's start with the white rice here. Oh my god. Okay, well, I'm gonna put it back on, but as you can see, 297, it's actually 310, so just give me a sec. Okay, this says 306. Normally it's 310. I think it's because there's a couple grains stuck on the fork, so we're gonna have to live with it. We overate a little bit on the last thing, so 310 grams of white rice, and then we add our chicken thighs, which is going to be 280 grams of chicken thighs here. Once again, going to throw the macros up on the screen right here. This is it for meal number 3. A quick tip, because I'm not really hungry right now, and obviously we still have to eat, but a quick tip I'm going to give you guys for practicing eating is, we all know that like drinking water will help you get food down, but the thing is, drinking water is going to take up room in your stomach, right? So it's going to be harder to force feed if your water's full of stomach, not food. So a quick tip that I actually learned from John Jewett, pretty much you want to try to eat the first half of your meal, even though you're not hungry. Eat the first half of your meal without water, maybe 1 or 2 sips, but try to keep it like strictly just like eating the actual food. Then when like the second half of the meal, when you're actually really full and you're gonna have to push it, that's when like you can put a mouthful, chew it up a bit, and then swallow it with the water, which is like what I've done in the past when I'm force feeding. But yeah, so it won't be too bad. Like, I'm getting better at eating, so I'll be able to eat this relatively easy. But if you really struggle, and once I bump my calories up again, I'm gonna probably get into that territory where I'm really struggling. That's a good technique. It's the first half of your meal, just eat it straight up. Second half, that's when you can use the water to actually, chug it down, just so that your stomach's not getting super filled up with water. Okay, so it's about another 2 hours after that last meal, and we are gonna eat the last thing of the day. I don't really count it as a meal. You could count it as meal 4. It's more of like a snack though. It is gonna be my protein shake. So in here, it is 350 milliliters of just like the high protein milk. So I'm not sure what the macros on the milk are exactly, but it's a lot of extra protein. Like, it's at least 9 or 10 grams just in like a little bit of liquid. And then inside here we have a scoop and a half of the Jack Factory Authentic Isolate. This is the 100% grass-fed isolate, and it is the chocolate peanut butter flavor. What's funny is that I've really been preferring the grass-fed isolate. Obviously, it's just better quality and it digests a little bit better for me. But what's weird about it is, with Jack Factory, for some reason, the grass-fed one tastes way better than the original one. Like, I have both, obviously I'm sponsored, but I've just found that the grass-fed isolate tastes better than the regular isolate, which is kind of weird because you would think like the higher quality one, it might be harder to flavor it and it might taste worse, but it's actually the opposite. Then along with that, we have one just small cup of Greek yogurt here, and then also a bowl of strawberries. So I'll kind of just go any fruit, but today it's strawberries. And that's gonna be meal 4, and that is gonna wrap it up on this full day of eating. I will put the macros here for this last meal, and then I'm gonna talk about the overall macros, full calorie breakdown, all that stuff. But before I do, I just want to say one thing. This has probably been the most consistent that my eating has been. Now the calories are slightly down a little bit from the last full day of eating I made before. In that other video, I think we were pushing very close to 4,000 calories. But here I'm still gaining weight very steadily in the low 190s. So I just don't feel the need to push the calories any higher at this point in time. Training is still progressing really well, so we're just going to keep rolling with it. When it is time to do that, I will do that, and I will add food. And if I make any like drastic changes to my diet, I will probably have to make a new full day of eating, which I will do in the future. But one thing that you're probably thinking about this video is that it's a lot of chicken and rice, which is like the typical bro bodybuilder split. So you're probably asking, where are the variety in foods, like where are the other protein sources, all that stuff. For me personally, I eat this exact diet, like literally exact diet, about 4 days a week. So the other 3 days of the week, I eat like relatively the same thing. It's just one of my meals, one of my chicken and rice meals will be swapped out for something else. And that's because I'll be at work that day. So at work, I work at a restaurant, so there's more of a variety there where I can have steak, I can have chicken, or I can have salmon or like shrimp. So there's a bunch of different protein options there. So I'll still have the same amount of white rice, but I'll just sub in my chicken thighs for a different protein option at work just because I have access to it. So I might as well take advantage of that and get a different type of protein like food source other than just the chicken that I eat every time at home. So that's the reason why the lack of variety kind of for me personally. But other than that, when I'm not working, I'll eat this exact diet every single day. So just now while I crush the protein shake, I'm actually watching some of Trained by JP's videos on YouTube, and he literally started like this second channel where he has like all these videos. They're each like some of them are 30 to 40 minutes long, and they're just like literally everything about lifting and training and how to set up programming and resistance profiles and all that stuff. So I've just been watching that and actually like taking a bunch of notes, which is funny because I don't even take notes for like my online school, and like I can't wait to be done online school just so I can go all in on this shake because this is like what I actually love. So now, off topic, but I'm just gonna crush the shake now, and then I will pick it back up right before we go to bed, where I will talk about the full calorie breakdown, the full macros for this full day of eating. One thing I did forget though that I'm gonna have to include that I forgot to record was that I do have a one Rice Krispie treat post-workout. So after I drink my pre-workout, I have this one Rice Krispie treat, so I forgot to include that, but it is gonna be included on the full breakdown. Okay, that is pretty much everything I eat in the entire day. Now, the total calories and total macros are around 3,530 calories. The total macro breakdown is 240 grams of protein, 386 grams of carbohydrates, and 106 grams of fat. So that's the full calories, that's the full macro breakdown. A lot of people might see this video and be like,
yo, Patrick, you're only supposed to eat 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, bro. You only weigh 190.
That 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight rule is if you want to stay small and you're not training like an animal. If you train as hard as I do and you want to grow as big as I want to grow, you got to eat more protein. I aim for around 1.25 grams of protein per pound of body weight, and I'm telling you, the way that I train and the way that I torture myself in the gym, my body is going to be using every single gram of that 240 grams of protein per day. I promise you that, okay? So if you want to get bigger, train harder and eat more food. It really is that simple, guys. This is pretty much what I've been eating for almost the last 8 months in a row. Nothing changes. You eat the best foods you can. You eat high calories, you eat high protein, you eat high carbohydrates, and you stay consistent. There's no secret food. There's no secret meals that are going to get you jacked. It's doing the same shit over and over and over and over again and getting better at doing the same shit over and over and over again. That is how you build an insane physique, and most people just aren't willing to do that, which is why most people will never get an insane physique. This is gonna wrap it up with a full day of eating. I hope you guys did enjoy. Leave a like rating if you did. Comment anything you want to know. If you have any questions or any other video ideas for me to make to educate you guys on, or stuff that you just want to know about the journey, the transformation, or whatever it is. That's gonna wrap it up for this video. Subscribe if you are new. I will catch you guys in the next one, and